Good evening, Two Slips fans. That's day one of the second test out of the way, and a frustrating day. I think at the beginning of the day we would have accepted 260. We could said take 260 now, especially considering we were rolled for 90. But I think it was a day that offered so much more. I mean, Khawaja deserved 100 with how well he played. Hanscom batted really well, but we also then lost our two best players of spin in two balls. And if Marnus was looking incredibly aggressive, like he was due for a big one, and we know what Smith can do. If either of those two guys get in, we could have really put in for a massive score. So it's a little frustrating, the overall end product of the day. But overall, I'd say that we'd take 260 odd. Like I said, how good was Uzi? Been a big critic of his for a while, but he's done nothing but kick goals since he's made it back into the side. So well done, Uzi. Deserved 100 there. Hopefully more runs to come. Pete Hanscom has made selector's job very interesting for the next couple of tests. You would think, considering that he looked very solid in the first innings of the first test and was sort of left holding the bag a bit at the end, and then with another big score here, he's booked himself in for the next two tests. And then with Cam Green due back any day now, he's going to come back into the side because he just makes everything work when it comes to what our bowling attack's going to be. So he'll walk straight back into the side, which means that there's going to be some interesting questions asked. Are we going to drop Travis Head, bring him back for a test, and then drop him again? Or is someone like Warner really on the hot seat with yet another poor score? Since April 2018, Warner is averaging under 17 in away tests. It's sad to see, because this is a player that should be going down as one of the greats of Australian cricket when you factor in his proficiency in all three formats. But it's looking more and more like the time has come for David Warner, especially with that dismissal of Shami today. I mean, that's exactly what Stuart Broad and James Anderson are going to be doing to him all for the next tour. And it just makes you think, well, why are we persisting? I mean, it looks like his numbers up, and it's not like we don't have players that could theoretically go into that role. We've got Renshaw, who's a ready-made opener, who Dottermain was saying was a great player of spin and was very unlucky to miss out, and they went with Travis Head largely because of Travis Head being an extra option with the ball. With that, I think that the Australians might be a quick bowler light. Shami and Siraj were looking very impressive with the ball, especially when they bent their back. So I think we may have outfoxed ourselves. That being said, Kuhnemann looked very good in the few overs that he had before the end of play. Looked like he was getting the ball bounce, took some of the shoulders of the bat, looked very impressive. Lyon, I wasn't impressed with again. I thought he was way too leg side. I mean, he got Rohit out, but it was a poor decision. Once they reviewed it, it was quite clearly no bat involved with the catch. So I just think the overall line was way too leg stump. Needed to be way more off stump spinning it back than sort of middle and leg and spinning it back. So the line's got to really work on that trajectory. I'm very surprised, considering the amount of side spin the Indians were getting, that Todd Murphy didn't get at least a sneaky over in, just to see what happens before the close of play. But it's all to play for. 260 in theory should be competitive. If Australia plays well, and Rohit Sharma was the difference in the top order in the last test. If we get him early and then stick to the same plans that we used to get the others out, we could get ourselves right in the game. It's going to take a big effort. The signs were there. The Australians showed a lot more intent with their batting in this innings. And if they have the same discipline in the field and taking their catches and executing plans, there's no reason why we can't get ourselves in with a puncher's chance for the third and fourth innings. But it's going to take a bit of work, and we need to make sure that we're not letting guys like Rohit and Virat and Pujara occupy the crease for large periods of time. We need to be on the money and rolling through. But it's set up a lot more positively than what the first test was looking when we were all out for 177. So yeah, not so much of a grumpy face for this one. Just ruining a couple of missed opportunities. You know, if Labuschagne managed to stay in, if Smith didn't get a duck, if Kawaja managed to carry on, who knows what could have been like there. We were nearly there. We were nearly set ourselves up for a very, very good first innings, and just it shows how good India is on their home conditions. That every time it looked like that we might be starting to shift the momentum back our way, they'd always counter with a blow, which brought us back to probably behind the 8 ball. But it is that there's positives moving forward. If we bowl well, this test is still very much up for grabs. So all to look forward to tomorrow for day 2 and see where we go from there. Until then, bye for now.